many will tell you this has been an historic season for not only the Huskers, but the sport of volleyball.
That's right. Ahead of today's match, Channel 8's Philip Katafamo got the chance to speak with Jessica Cootie of the Husker Radio Network to talk all about it.
Jessica Cootie with the Husker Radio Network. Jessica, of course, the accomplishments for the Nebraska Cornhuskers have been incredible this year with Volleyball Day at Nebraska, taking down Stanford, taking down Wisconsin. But the sport of volleyball has really seen an uptick in viewership and passion throughout the country. What can you say about this year for the sport?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of been a progression, right, that has really taken off, but has been really highlighted this year by what we've seen in those record-breaking numbers. But it's the most participated sport in high school sports now, which that has not always been the case. So I think you're seeing a lot of young girls that are now growing up, that are volleyball fans, that are now watching, and it's translating into the college game. But it's just been incredible, and you think about that, the stadium match and how that really kicked things off, and then everywhere the Huskers went, they sold out, they broke records, and they broke records in Devaney all season long, then they broke records. It's been a theme throughout the year, the breaking the records, and certainly we like to highlight Nebraska, what they've done, but it's been really across the country. You've seen those record-breaking crowds and viewership really across the nation in this sport. It's been incredible. It's great for women's sports, and it's just been really fun to follow this season for sure.
A big sweep over Pitt. Do you feel like that match kind of prepared Nebraska for what they're going to face today?
Yeah, in a way, but it's almost like, and I've been asked this a lot, but they've approached everything the same this whole season, and throughout this entire season, they've had big matchups, right? Whether it be Wisconsin, whether it be Stanford, and they're trying to approach everything the same. So I felt like a lot of how they were acting, whether it be before the match, leading up to the match, how they prepared, then after the match, was a lot of what we've seen all season, and that's been the key to what they've done, is they haven't made anything bigger than what it was, and certainly today is massive, and last Thursday was massive, but they're trying to maintain that mentality. I know it's easier said than done, and it might sound cliche, but that's what they've done all season, and it's worked for them. And so I think that they'll probably approach it the exact same way as what they've done all season, how they prepared, their routine, everything that they've done. And I think because they love each other so much, they have the chemistry, and which has been on full display. That's going to be a big key. I think they're going to embrace getting to play with this group, and certainly there's no seniors, so you expect a lot of them will get to play a lot of time together moving forward. But I think they're just going to really embrace and enjoy one more match to get to play together in this really spectacular season.
I got to ask, what is your prediction for tonight's match? I know it's tough with these two teams, but what are you expecting out on the floor, and who's going to be holding that trophy at the end of the night?
I mean, I got to go with Nebraska, right? I mean, I'm with the Huskers Radio Network, but I think the way that this team is wired, and they play their best on the biggest stages and the brightest lights. I think they'll embrace the moment. I think they'll play together, and it's hard to go against a team with this much chemistry, and regardless of sport, like I said, and when they have this much chemistry, they're almost unstoppable. And so I got to go with Nebraska, and it's my heart saying that, and that's who I work for. But I really do believe that they're the better team, and they'll find a way to win this one.
Jessica Cootie of the Husker Radio Network, thank you so much for taking the time.
Hey, thanks for having me.